So Russia, you just came back from your trip to the former Soviet Union. You met, I know, with top government officials, both in the what's equivalent of their legislature. What can you tell the American people tonight about the state of U.S.-Russian relations under President Trump?
I think from both sides that our relations are at the worst ebb that they've been since the height of the Cold War. And this is a real tragedy. One of the great things that Ronald Reagan did was sitting down with Gorbachev. And so one of the highlights for me is I got to sit down for an hour with former President Gorbachev and talk about his recollections with Ronald Reagan, but also talk about how both sides, both Ronald Reagan and Gorbachev, had to defy the orthodoxy of their country to sit down and come to agreements. And they didn't, call each other names. They didn't say murderous thug and talk about all the terrible things, some of which did happen throughout a long period of time in the Soviet Union. They sat down and said, let's try to make it better. And they did. Are
some of these government officials going to be coming to the United States? I know you had extended an invitation. There was some thought of Trump meeting with Putin. I guess that's off the table.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot on the table, off the table. I think people are very confused about this.
They have two houses in their parliament, one called the Federation, which is like our Senate, their upper body, and then they have the Duma, which is the lower body. They have both agreed to come to Washington in the fall for further meetings. That's a good thing. The downside is the chairman of each of the committees is banned from coming to the United States because of sanctions. So one of the things I'm going to ask the president, I'm going to talk to the president this weekend, is I'm going to say, why don't we take people off the list
at least temporarily
who are in the legislature?
Yeah, or at least temporarily so they can come and
Exactly.
come and speak.